Welcome to another sunny day out on the curbs, but it is also a cold and windy day out on the curbs. And the schedules are all messed up, so who knows what we're gonna find out here today. But I predict we're gonna find something. And I know I just skipped that one pile, but we're gonna go to this pile and check this out and see what's cooking. I'll see you in a second. The wind is whipping through the trees right now. I wonder if it'll affect the audio quality in the video. Alright, this stuff's been out in the rain. We got snow shovels, wicker furniture, some tin, shelving brackets, shelving. Those are not aluminum. Everything's filled with water. Alright, it's a start. Not a great start, but it's a start. This pile looks kind of cool because there's some cast iron bench ends. And a lot of the time you have to take the wood off these yourself. But these ones, they were kind enough to do it for me. And I don't think these are like really old, but they have the bolts all the way up the side. And some of them have like a weird back plate. But this one, you can just bolt in new wood and have yourself a new bench. And those are really easy to sell. Maybe one of these days I'll actually make a bench out of one of these and show how to do that. I've never done it before though. Alright. So these are not like antiques. They're not great, but it's a great thing to find. Let's see if the pile's got anything else. Empty iPhone cases and stuff. Ooh, somebody's name on that. Empty boxes. A really disgusting rug. It's like a nice rug though. Just all soaked. Yeah, so this is just basically a recycle pile. A rug and bench ends. The bench ends, that's a nice enough thing to find. That's our first little score of the day. There are definitely quite a few piles out here, so I'm pretty happy about that. This thing, it's like a router table. It's got a little aluminum, but it's really not worth taking. However, this guy puts out good stuff sometimes, like buckets of nails and things. This thing right here, that is a nail gun. It looks like an expensive one, and sometimes people buy these for parts, but if not, it's just scrap metal, so we'll take that. Do we need the hose, the shovel, any other crap? Nah, I think that's good enough. I overshot this pile a little bit, but I got my left glove on, and you know what that means. It means we're looking for grates in a grill. But here's a clue. Somebody cut this cord off that vacuum cleaner. I bet that same person took the grates out of the grill. See? It's like a puzzle out here. You gotta be like a little detective. Cut cord means probably no grates in the grill. I way overshot this one pile right here. I overshot it by like 6 car lengths, and it's not even really worth anything. But I just wanted to grab this piece of metal. It's actually pretty heavy. You know, sometimes on days like this, you don't really finding much of anything. So, grab some scrap metal because it happens to weigh 10-15 pounds. And then we can just throw that in the trunk. Our scrap load's growing. It's growing and it's blossoming. And we've only been here for like 20 minutes, so that's not a bad start. I'm not going to be optimistic about this pile. I don't even have on my glove, my left glove. But we'll save the grill for last. Let's see what's in here. An old Keurig, a basket, lampshades. I don't know what that is. Just like a bunch of real crap, like a smoker. How about this? A little tray with the leaves on it. Linens and things, $9.99. That is super heavy. I think that might actually be made of metal. I'm gonna take that. Bloody bloody blah. Bubble wrap. Wood. Oh, it's getting real windy now. I hope my little windscreen works. Dirty Nerf guns. Legs for furniture. All right, you guys ready? Ready to check the grill? Any grates? I'm gonna say no. They're there, but they're like real cheesy ones that aren't iron. So I'll call that a like a maybe. Let's not forget to put this thing in the car. Whatever this thing is. It is so windy out here. People are holding on to their hats. But that's not going to prevent me from cutting this dryer cord. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Look at that. You know, you just got to get the technique down. You can't attack it all at once. You got to nibble through it. That is a big, long dryer cord. Should I take the other end off here, like, while I'm at the pile? I guess. I mean, why take it home with me, right? I might need 2 hands for that. Let's see. Wow. I'm not making it through. I'm not making it through. See, this is why I got to get a GoPro. Right? With a GoPro, I can do this two-handed. Well, you know what? I'm going to give up on that. And I guess we're going to take the plug home and cut it later. For some reason, it required monumental effort to get this plug off the rest of the wire, but now we can drop it in the bucket. It's kind of a weird day today, because there's like some piles out, but not a ton of piles out. But this guy usually has a lot of metal stuff, and I don't think the scrappers have gotten here yet. All right, so that's empty. That's a mess. This is cool. This is like a gas tank for a mini bike or something. You know what? I'm gonna take that. And this whole bucket is full of metal stuff. Look at this huge, it's like a drill bit or something. Let's see, a garbage bag, tin plate, yada yada. And that's not a tin plate, it's like a tin tray. But we can take this bucket full of crap, and I think I will maybe even keep the bucket, because I got a lot of Home Depot buckets, but no Lowe's buckets. I mean, fair is fair, right? But first, let's get rid of some of this water. Yeah, we don't really need that in the trunk, do we? Look, there's a trout down in there. There's our haul. Like 80 cents worth of scrap metal and a cool bucket. Those are like $2.99, right? You gotta buy it at Lowe's. That's like a $3.79 haul. Great. Well, here's another barbecue. And this is a KitchenAid, so it might be... No, it's magnetic. But I got my glove on, which shows you that I'm optimistic. Ugh. Look at that. It has the grates. They're just... Wow. Can you ever get out grates without, like, an extreme amount of hassle? Alright. So there's the grates. These aren't like the solid iron ones. These are like the not tubular. They're like rod style. Sometimes these are non-magnetic. These are magnetic. But I love barbecue grates, so it's worth taking. What are we, like, batting 500 on the grates today? So how does that count? Does that count as it has grates in it, but they're crappy? Or no grates? Is that a 0 or a 1 or a 0.5? And a closet door and a tank and a pallet. All right, let's get back in the Camry. It has occurred to me that so far today we really haven't found anything of consequence. And I don't know that that's going to change right now, because this pile, like some fence pickets, some hose, Looks like they might have been in the catering business. Some more hose. Here's a box. Oh, it's got a teddy bear in it. And the guidebook for the TI-82. Yeah, there's really nothing here. All right, we are ready. It's a Weber. It's a nice clean Weber. But I don't know. It looks like the grates are already on the outside. Oh. The thing is, though, this one's stainless. This one's painted. So I would count this as a victory. Got the drip rails. And we got one stainless grate. So stainless is better than iron. So half stainless is better than all iron. So we win. But wait, before we move on, I just saw these iron things over here. I'm not sure what these are. Some kind of weird planters or something. You know what I think these do? I think they hang on your wall. You know, they got like mounting grommets. And then you put them on there and maybe you use that as like a little decoration. So we will take those. I dropped one of the things though. Like these things probably hook on here, right? So that's a cool thing. See, it's always worth getting out for the grates because then you might find something else that's good. See, I was gonna say great there, right? And I'll throw these in the, chuck it in the bucket, right? All right. A lot of the time when you find a brass faucet, you have to take it out of the sink yourself. But this one looks like they saved us the trouble. Plus that's a brass lamp. I mean, it's like a coating of brass. It's got a wire on it. Oh, that's another lamp. So this faucet, it's mostly brass. This hose is not really anything good. In here, we got another faucet that's crap, but it's like crap on top of brass, so we'll take that. And then I guess that's about it. Like a doorknob with a key still in it. Some of these have like a little bit of brass on them, but it's really not worth taking. And then what's in here? These are cool little lights, I guess. Not really. And the air conditioner, we leave those alone for people to grab. All right, so we got like a little score of brass, and I guess that's about all we're gonna find in this pile. Apparently right now, because of coronavirus, there's like a shortage of bicycles. But unfortunately, these two bicycles are not what we're looking for. There's a Huffy, there's a Royce Union. Yeah, we don't really want the department store bikes. And the rest of this stuff, we don't want either. For some reason, these boxes over here looked fascinating to me. I could be totally wrong. But look at this. You see what I see? I see toys from the 80s. And this box is really gross. But I'm just gonna take the whole thing because it looks like it's upside down. See, it said toys on it, but they must have had it in a damp area. So I'm gonna scoop it from the top. Wait, I'm not really able to show you how I'm gonna scoop it. So I'll scoop it from the top and bring it to the car. There it is in the back seat, and maybe we'll go through that when we get home, if it's not too windy out. So as I was driving by this pile, I said, ugh, because it looks like crap. But then the lady brought out these beautiful things right here. Whoa. Wow, that's so nice. And a bunch of other stuff. Looks like stainless exhaust and motorcycle handlebars. So, let's see what we can find. It's like a big toolbox here. Totally empty. crappy bike. Empty toolbox. Tree stand, but really flimsy. But I will take these. This is definitely something you like to see. A big spool full of orange spaghetti. I wonder what else they have. A little bench. Nothing much, but this wire, that is great. It's like I don't know, probably 5 pounds at 50 cents a pound. It's like $2.50. I'll have to get rid of the spool at home, but that's not too hard. Maybe it's trying to get rid of itself. That was super easy, but the problem with taking stuff off is sometimes people get mad. It's like they get insulted if you don't take the whole thing, but I'm gonna put the spool back and see what happens. Today's really been kind of a boring day of picking. There's nothing really exciting. You know, the piles are just mediocre at best. And look, this green wire is actually coax. That's a first. Green coax wire. All right, a DVD player. Oh, this Weber grill has the grates in it still. There's a rug. We don't want the rug. Yeah, it's like there's really nothing good in here. I guess we'll just take the grates and be grateful. All right, I think our luck has just changed a little tiny bit. Look what I found. This big hunk of wire. That's good wire too. See? And then this vacuum cleaner still has the wire in there. It's pretty wet too. Wow. I guess the other pickers are slacking today because it's odd that a vacuum cleaner would sit out long enough to get wet without anyone cutting the cord off of it. Let's see, construction debris and orange hoses and the top off of a, well, it's like the top off of a shop vacuum. So I'm just gonna take the cord off of that because, wow, usually shop vacs are in way better condition than this. They're not in multiple pieces, you know, like they've been just destroyed. You know, cutting cords is easy if you have two hands. All right, get off. So we got another cord, and I think that might be the end of the line. Yeah, that's about it. Empty toolbox. All right, so it's kind of a crappy pile, but we got a few cords, so I'm happy about that. This is very exciting. I just got a tip from another picker that there's a bag full of copper wire somewhere. And the directions were a little bit vague, so who knows, but I want to see what he's talking about and if it's actually anything reasonably good. So I'll let you know if I find it. So this looks like it might be the pile the dude was talking about. I don't know, I don't see any wire in here. So maybe dude was lying? Let's see if we can find a different pile that matches the description. He said there was kitty toys and a baby stroller, so let's keep looking. Well, this tip looks like it's a dead end, but I'm gonna go down a couple other streets and see if maybe I can figure out what this guy was talking about. So I didn't want to record at that last pile because the guy was out there, but we got a tray full of stuff and tools and things, and a chainsaw, and the guy says it just needs a little fine tuning, and a spring for scrap metal, and a wire, and a craftsman toolbox. And we can fill that with tools and sell them somewhere, if there's ever anywhere to sell anything. I guess my buddy didn't know what he was talking about because I am officially calling off the search for the mythical bag of copper wire that may or may not have ever existed. Well, here's a nice pile. And of course we gotta find out. I got my glove, so I'm optimistic. Whoa, nothing. But, you know, it's kind of a mystery when you have a milk crate full of copper wire, but no grates in the grill. It's almost like those two circumstances can't really exist together on God's green earth. But I got my wire and I didn't get my grates. I'm rolling backwards in my car down a hill because I overshot the last pile. It's not a great pile, but it has a couple of laptop computers in it, so we'll check those out. Look, it's got a thing and a rug and a Cameron chair and paint and 2 old laptops. And a lot of these laptops are totally worthless, but sometimes they're worth a few dollars on like eBay or something. So we'll just take them, and if they're worthless, we'll throw them in the garbage. We looked at this pile earlier, and it's not much better than it was, except it does have this thing at the end, which is like a furniture dolly. And usually when you find these, they're in terrible condition, but this one's really nice. It's kind of an industrial one. It's got a thing that flops up. I don't see any damage or breakage. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it on the bike rack, because I think that's where it'll fit best today. I did notice that this tire is like halfway flat, so hopefully that won't be a problem. But if it is, I'll just sell this to somebody else. And now that this thing is securely lashed to the bike rack, we're probably gonna find some bikes. And then I'll just tuck this inside the car. But if we don't find any bikes, it should be fine. I've got to be careful with the camera because there was like a lady walking by. But a lady walking by isn't going to stop me from grabbing this reel full of wire. This reel looks like it's going to be complicated to get the wire off. So we'll just take the whole gosh darn thing and put it right here in the trunk. Kind of wish I had a wider angle lens. It's like wide-ish, but anyway, where can we put this? There's so much spaghetti in the trunk already. Makes me want to have spaghetti for dinner. Not orange spaghetti though. White spaghetti with red sauce. All right. Thank you for the wire, people. There's really no way that these pipes over here are copper pipes, but I'm kind of hoping that they are. Nah, they look copper-ish. Well, they're very musical pipes, but they are cast iron, so we're gonna take them anyway. So here's a little bit of a dilemma. This is just an ordinary pile. You know, you got some furniture and some junk, but then look at all this. It's just a ton of iron pipe. It's like, what do I do? Do I take all this? Do I try and wedge all this into my car? It's only probably worth like, I don't know, 10 bucks. Like, I really want it, but I think I'm just gonna leave it for somebody else. That's just a little bit of overkill. All right. And this fence too, that's crazy. Right now the weather has officially gone absolutely crazy. I don't know if this is hail or snow or like chunks of weird icy stuff, but it's coming down bananas. So I think I'm gonna call it a day right here. Tomorrow's supposed to be really sunny, so maybe it'll be a little bit better. It's been an okay day, and I do appreciate you guys coming along and joining me, but I'm gonna go home. And until next time, thanks so much for watching.